All right. Welcome to the Cult of Personality podcast episode, whatever, because I record these and then I post them out of order. Um, with me today is SMD Chimney. How are
What's
you?
doing good, man? How about you?
I'm all right. I am chilling. I just told them before, but the audience needs to know I am running on 22 hours of no sleep. We are here. The shades are on because I'm looking like a raccoon. But we're alive. And I'm actually surprisingly energized for someone who's been up a whole day right now. So we're here.
That's
We're
crazy.
we're thugging. But how are you, man? How's everything?
Doing good. Doing starting to get back into music a little bit.
Yes,
Take
sir. Yes, sir.
time off, but working on it.
Which is always good to take time off because it gives you a new approach when you come back.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking no, I feel you. I've been on a fucking like couple months hiatus. I feel you.
Really? Oh yeah.
What? Yo,
Took like
I'm gonna be yawning OD. No, yeah. But no, yeah, breaks are very much needed. I feel you. I'm glad you're coming back into it though, because I very much enjoy your music and what you put out.
thank
We
you.
need more of that.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I took like at first I was like, oh, I'll take a couple weeks off or something. And then it turned into like I think it's been like 3 or 4 months now. Like haven't even been recording, just been living life or whatever, but starting to get back into it.
I feel you. That's exactly how it goes. It's like, oh yeah, I'll take a week, 2 weeks maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Flies off.
Yeah, out of practice right now.
Yeah, that's what's up. So what you be doing in the meantime while you haven't been doing music?
Just working, hanging out, just working full time at Walmart pretty much, dude.
That's what's up. How's that?
It's not terrible. Just in the back warehouse. I don't got to deal with customers or anything like that. I'm not a crazy people person, so
Nah, I feel you.
just in the back unloading trucks and shit.
That's dope. That's dope. That's what's up. Fucking I've been like avoiding like things like Target and Walmart like on my job hunt for the sake of
Mhm.
like I don't know, it just seems like but that gives
Yeah,
me hope.
yeah. It's not terrible. Plus the pay's pretty decent right now. I think they just keep bumping it. So
Fuck it. Can't be picky.
mhm.
No, yeah. But that's good. It's glad. I'm glad you've been keeping occupied outside of music and shit like that. Very healthy. Cause half of us I feel like are probably just like hermits in the house. I know
Mhm.
I am. But
No,
continue on.
sorry. I used to let that shit consume me like every thought all day, every day, constantly thinking, oh, what am I doing next? What music? But I kind of miss having that drive. But at the same time, it's nice to be able to like clear my head, just do normal shit.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel you on that one. Like there was a time period where it's like if I wasn't making music, I was like fixated on like making another
Mm.
song. It's like, yo, why am I not making music today? Why am I not making music today? It's like
See.
drive me so fucking crazy. That's very good. All right. Let's dig down into SMD Chimney, which the first question always is for everybody, which is
Mhm.
SMD Chimney, the name, the image, the aura, and the energy. Where did it come from? How did we get here? And everything in between. Tell us all.
Man, I've been thinking about that a lot. I listen to the podcast hella, so I just always know that's the first question. But dude, I don't know. I feel like I don't really have like an image or anything yet. I don't really like post a whole lot on social media on like in general, but especially on the like music account. But I guess for the most part, growing up, my parents just listened to whatever they listened to. So that's what my like main music influence in the beginning came from. It's like old heavy. My dad listens to a lot of heavy metal and like classic rock, which I guess for him is just like regular. It's not classic. He always like clowns on me for that. He's like, it's not classic rock. This is just rock. But yeah, so a lot of like Nirvana, Guns N' Roses, Red Hot Chili Peppers, a lot of like older bands like that. But in middle school, I'd say like seventh, eighth grade, I had a pretty good friend. He started showing me all these like smaller artists. Like at the time, there's like Ski Mask and X, and then like Brockhampton, big Brockhampton fan. I think that honestly started everything for me. Brockhampton got me into music, like listening to my own like genres or like exploring other stuff. So specifically like Mad Champion, shout out him. But dude, I think Brockhampton just did their last performance ever at Coachella, but apparently they're dropping a new album. So excited for that.
That's what's up. That's the first. Nobody really has named anything like that. People name like X and Peep a lot,
Mm-hmm.
which is like fair, but no one's mentioned like too many like I guess indie or whatever.
Yeah, because I think when I first started listening to my music, I was like big into all that like indie stuff, and you can't really hear it as far as like influence in my sound, but that's like what got me started on like listening to just like expanding my horizons as far as music. But definitely X and Peep are up there as far as inspirations. Probably honestly biggestly Peep, but that I feel like that's everybody, especially in our scene.
Yeah. Everyone's named Peep so far in every fucking episode I've recorded so far.
Mhm.
So everyone's like Peep X, blah blah. Blah. Fucking, I think 20 named like Puya and like Fat Nick, but he was like,
Oh, Suicide Boys.
yeah, which that was cool. I was like, okay, no one's named that. So like when people give like artists besides those two, like not even judging against people who named those two, because I'm
Mhm.
like I expect that for everyone, including
Yeah,
myself. But when
yeah,
people like people when people name like more niche artists and shit like that, I'm like, yes.
that's a little something to spice it up a little bit. But no, honestly, like the reason I started music, I started listening to like 20 and You're On in like 2020. It was probably like right when COVID started. I found their music, found all of y'all basically, everyone in the group in this whole little underground community. But yeah, I was listening to y'all stuff and I was like, that's great. Like I found out y'all were kids and I was like, damn, there's just like kids out here making music. And so I was like, that's crazy. So I just pretty much my biggest musical influence, I would say, is 20 and over. But just as far as like, I was like, these dudes are kids and they're doing this shit. That means like I could probably try this. So I don't know, just gave it a shot.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, it's funny. Like I never thought of it like that, but we really were like. I mean, I still see myself as a kid. And I'm fucking 19, but when COVID started and I was doing the music shit, like starting out, I was like 17.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
Yeah,
right.
that was crazy too, but like super inspiring. So that was like my biggest. I was like, I just gotta try this. So
And look at you now.
yeah,
Fucking, we took you in with open arms.
seriously, I appreciate that. Everyone in the scene and like in y'all's group, everyone surrounding that, like super nice, like kind people, everybody all around. What I would like wasn't expecting it just because I was like some random kid, some random like internet weirdo kid, but everybody's nice as fuck.
Because we're all also random internet kids.
Yeah.
So it's a like fucking bubble.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, but it's cool. I'm glad that you took a lot of inspiration from people like in the scene and like and then became one with the scene. It's like,
Yeah, that was crazy. Because my goal was just like to eventually, because for some reason when I started, like y'all were like the big artists. I was like, eventually I want to work with these dudes. So I'm still trying to make stuff so I can work with everybody, but like being able to work with some of y'all has been cool.
no, yeah, fucking collab, which we've yet to work with each other, but that's
Mm.
probably on my part been lacking on my motivation.
Bro, I'm gonna try
But
working soon.
no, yeah, I've had my eye on you since you came out, man. And I was like, this kid, he's doing something dope. Hmm.
Appreciate that.
I feel like you're very underrated. I feel like you deserve more of a like a viewing and following for
Man,
what
I,
you
I
make,
appreciate that.
quality wise and shit like that. And especially like when you collab with other people, it's not like for some songs people collaborate with other people and you can see who's higher quality and shit like that sometimes, which is nothing to take to heart. But with you, you're always head to head with like or always like up there with whoever you have feature or you're featuring on something, like you're in the mix, you're
Like
up to
hold
your
my own a little on the track.
yeah, like you're like what's the word, like your quality, you keep up. That's exactly what it is. It's not like you're like so it's
Thank
like
you.
if you can keep up with these people with like 1,000 followers, it's like you should have 1,000 followers.
Shit. I appreciate that a lot actually. And dude, I still have, do you want to see the mic I use?
Let me see.
This shit, it's a like a little USB mic.
Oh
Stole,
wow.
stole it from my little brother. I think it was like 20 bucks on Amazon or something. But I just used that in GarageBand. So I've been like learning, trying to figure out more complex ways to mix. But
Yeah. Shit, you got away because I would have never known. And you know what's crazy? Some people in this scene fucking record on their phone, and that shit still boggles my mind to this
yeah,
day.
that's crazy. I didn't know how many people that blows my mind. Like in the headphones and shit. Like they just be recording in the Apple headphones.
When I why can't I center this? There we go. I'm fucking bugging myself out. Um when I first met Euron, when he told me that he records with his phone and Apple headphones, I was like, what?
Mhm.
I was like, you're lying.
That still blows my mind.
He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. No, should I drink my water cap? But no, yeah. I'm like, meanwhile, here I am. I fucking got this. Like, I started off with a blue snowball, which is it's similar. Like, it's a USB mic. It's a little more. It was like $70 or whatever.
Okay, yeah, I've seen some of those.
Yeah, and then I recently got not recently. It was like it's 2021-ish. I bought this mic and an audio interface. I pretty much I think I asked 20 what he used, and I just copped
Mhm.
that. And,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah. No,
and
Sam, sorry.
no, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no, I did the same thing. Like I asked 20 what like audio interfaces, like mic stuff you did. I have an audio interface. I haven't figured out how to make it work yet because I still have a USB mic. So I'm currently using it to balance my computer because my desk is too low.
Yeah,
It's like a little,
fuck it,
but
you know. Yeah,
eventually, dude, gonna figure out how to use it eventually.
yeah. I mean, if I can, as long as you know how to mix, I think whatever you use, you get money. This shit, I gotta get better at my mixing because I feel like I feel like I have lesser quality than people who are using Apple headphones. I'm like, yo, I gotta learn, I gotta improve on something. But fucking no, yeah, it's cool though. Like it makes me feel like I'm up with the big dogs. Oh boy, audio interface, and it's convenient too. Like right now, I could turn this knob all the way low, so you don't hear me. Then you hear
Yeah.
me. Then you don't hear me. Then you hear me.
Mhm.
Shit like that. I don't want to make it too loud. Hold on. There you go. So that's cool. It's convenient, you know, compared to like a USB headset where it's like
Yeah.
a little restricted. But yeah, very cool. We got a little sidetracked, but it's fine.
Oh no.
Where did we leave off? Because I was asking you about, you know, the image, the aura, and all that shit. So your music journey and like starting. We talked about inspiration and you being inspired by the scene. That's where we got sidetracked. So anything more to add to that?
Um, I don't know. I would just say for the most part, like when I first started out, I I would like record into Apple headphones on like a voice memo on my phone, and then I would airdrop those voice memos and try and like line them up and mix them in GarageBand. I had like really trash stuff, but anyways, my like very first song, I was like, "This is incredible. This is the best thing to bless the human race. Everyone needs to hear this." I started like sending it around to everybody. It was horrible, but fucking you were nice about it. You posted it on your story and like promoted it a little bit. I was like sending it around people, and I was like, "Oh, these people are cool." But um, I don't know. For the most part, I don't know. I haven't been making music very long, so it's not like a crazy long journey for me. I think a little over a year now.
Which, dude, honestly, I'm looking because I have your discography on TV because I do
Mhm.
that with everyone. And your discography for someone who's making over a year, I'm pretty sure like you and I probably have like a similar amount of fucking songs, and I've been doing this shit since longer. Why is my
Really?
fucking tattoo? Yeah, but yet again, I'm also like, I don't know. Yeah, I'll be going hard on this shit, and then I'll be like, damn, I'm not doing enough with this shit. But I really admire that dedication and motivation to fucking just create and create and create.
Oh yeah.
Which
I'm
we'll get into some of that later, your discography and shit. But continue on.
yeah, no, I'm trying to get back into like working on stuff at least every week because I for a while I was doing stuff like every day, but I've like inconsistencies myself. A lot of times I just like I'm not great at singing. That's my one thing. I'm terrible at singing, so I use like 9 to 30 layers on every song and I just blend those together. But
No, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people take advantage of layering to like
Mhm,
compensate. Not
mhm.
necessarily like we have bad voices or anything like that, but it's just like it's kind of like the swag. Like it's just
That's
the wave like that we ride on this music shit.
that's true. That's true.
Everyone be layering and shit. So I feel you on that one. But no, yeah, I mean within a year you've done a lot of shit, and I think like follower wise you're doing pretty well for someone who's only been creating for a little over a year.
Yeah, no, I'm like very excited about I never thought I don't know. I mean, like I think I'm at like 140 on SoundCloud or something like that. And I don't know, I never thought they would get that big because it was kind of like a hobby for me. I was like, I just want to try this. And then I started trying to be more consistent with it, go harder with it. So, but I don't know, it's paying off pretty nice for this small amount of time.
Yeah. And if you make like if you keep that progress and it keeps gradual like year and year and year, like
Mhm.
fucking or fucking Usually like the trend of it is like it doubles or triples each year, like the speed of what you're gathering. So like
Oh yeah,
next year you could be at 1,000. It's limitless. It's balanced. Tomorrow you could be at
true.
tomorrow you could be at 1 million. It's crazy how that shit
Gotta
works.
push for it.
Yeah. But no, yeah, it's really cool. And so that's good to keep motivation. And hopefully it inspires you to come back soon.
Mm-hmm. I have something in the works with 20 and Grimm is Lost. Should be coming pretty soon.
Very
So
excited to hear that.
looking forward to that.
I just filmed Grimm's episode,
Really?
I think 3 days ago, 2 days ago.
Okay. Hell yeah.
And no, yeah, that came out really cool. I'm excited to put that out. But yeah, and I did podcast like the day after. So I'm working on the Angel Boys when it comes to like
Okay.
the
Shout out Angel
podcast.
Boys.
Yeah, shout out Angel Boys. Which leads me to a question I would mean to ask you. So in your name, SMD Chimney,
Yeah.
single member district, is that like a group collective or
Ah, my name is like okay. So originally the SMD literally just stood for suck my dick, and I was like, oh, that's like kind of corny, childish, weird. How am I gonna explain it to
raunchy?
my mother? Yeah, I was like, so I had to think of something, and I was like, just thinking of stuff that SMD could stand for. So I think it's like a term they use in like courts or something like single member district. Some anyway, I just it doesn't really mean anything. I kind of just throw it on the tracks, but oh, I actually only used that for like the first like 5 or 6 songs that I made, or the 5 or 6 songs that I recorded. And so like Empty Bedrooms and Without You with the those are like two of my biggest songs, but they're also the oldest. I like recorded them. They're like probably my fourth and fifth song I ever recorded. And I was like, oh, this is trash. And then I came back to them like maybe 4, like 6, 7 months later when I learned how to mix a little better, and I just remixed them and then like sent them out, got features on them. And so it was like, I don't know, surprising. It was like my older stuff sometimes is accidentally better.
Yeah, it just takes a little bit of reconfiguring and shit like that.
Yeah,
Which is funny because those two that you named are like two of my favorite songs.
really.
I'm pretty sure I have Without You on a like a fucking playlist for like my whole like for my girl. It's
Oh,
corny,
that's
but it's cool.
yeah. No, yeah,
But
dude. 20 went hard on that song.
he did, but you went hard on it as well. Give yourself the credit, pat
Thank
yourself on
you.
the back. But no, yeah, I was curious. I heard because you hear that little single member district, and
Yeah.
I'm like, is there a group? Is there more of these motherfuckers?
Yeah, no, people ask me about that a lot. I also, once I like thought of it, I like had an idea to just make like a whole bunch of different aliases, like different artist names, and like make a collective, but it's like all one person. I would just use like different voices. I was like, that's too much work, and I barely make music for my own shit as it is. So
Yeah,
it
I
was
feel
like,
it. It's a cool concept to fucking play with. Oh my goodness.
yeah,
It's a cool concept to play with. And I've thought of shit like that too. And then you think about it, and you're like, to execute that though,
like a lot of work. I
a
gotta.
lot of work. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
I
you.
don't know.
Yeah, but that's really cool. And that's really creative too, because I would have thought like it was like a whole group or like a group effort. And it's like, nope, just single member district, just one dude, which makes
Yeah,
sense.
no, I get that a lot. I guess it kind of like makes sense in the name, like single member district, like one person, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's cool. And I like the tag that you put in the songs. I don't know if you stopped using it, but that single member district, I don't know, it's
Thank
catchy.
you.
It's
Yeah,
cool.
appreciate that.
Very, very cool. But I also want to get into, oh, excuse me, I feel a burp coming in. No, we're good. No, we're not. There we go. Okay. What I wanted to ask, because we touched on it slightly, but like usually the second question for my guest is like inspirations music
Mhm.
wise. So I want to know, besides like, because you named Peep, X, Brockhampton, and like a lot more like classic and stuff like that, classic rock, but like going more in depth into like musical inspirations that brought you here, and just like how so exactly.
Okay. So like my favorite song ever is called Let's Go Extinct by Fanfarlo. It's like a very slow, kind of like ambient. The beat is just like beautiful though. It's like a
I'm
very
I'm glad you mentioned this because when people mention like their favorite songs, I
Mhm.
check them out and then I end up finding like really dope songs out of it. So
Okay.
thank you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
check that out later.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one. Anyways, the beat, I don't know, not the beat, the instrumental, because it's like a whole, I think it's like a band, but they have like a whole orchestra. So there's a lot of different elements going into it.
Yeah.
But it's like just like very, I don't know. I just love it. But it's sort of a sad song, slow paced song. but it's like soft singing and like kind of just like a lot of stuff in the scenes. But I don't know. I think that probably I take a lot of inspiration from like the writing styles of that, and also there's I guess specifically like Kurt Cobain in Nirvana, his like writing style. I take a lot of influence from that as far as just like the way I word things. I try not to be like super basic with it. Like I'm on drugs, this girl broke my heart. Like which a lot of my stuff is
Yeah.
exactly that for a little while. So that's kind of I'm trying to slowly move away from that.
Yeah,
But
you start off with the foundation and then you build your
mhm,
way up and you get more complex. I feel you. Yeah.
I don't know. I think yeah, I would just say for the most part, a lot of indie music, like it's interesting because it probably doesn't show through in my music, but a lot of my like ideas for like the way that I write and like flow patterns and things like that kind of comes from that. But I don't know much about music theory, so it's kind of just like all in my head type of thing. But
I can't imagine how many people in the scene actually are like knowledgeable about music
oh
theory and shit
yeah,
like that. We all just wing this shit
I
like
was gonna say probably like people who like produce things like know a little bit more, but for the most part, it's kind of just like
wing it,
yeah.
which is fuck it. I think that's like I don't know. I don't think there's like a best way to make music, but like winging it is just very fun and it
Mhm.
creates when you're not like I don't know. Because when you learn things like even like taking away music and like just talking about like things like school even when you learn things like in like environment like that like classes and shit I don't know I feel like it
Mhm.
restricts you or narrows you. I feel like you're a lot more open to experiment when you're just like
Oh yeah,
winging this shit just like you don't know what
yeah.
you're doing and you're just doing.
Seriously, I think I probably learned the most. Like every time I like make a song where I try and like try something new, I'm just like experimenting, winging it. I end up like learning new shit that I bring back and use the next time. Like it's nice. You like learn the most when you're
Yeah.
just experimenting, trying random shit. But
This music shit really like what I've seen from it is like it's a constant like evolving thing and like you learn with each song and then your shit just gets better and better and it creates like an
mhm,
evolution and that's
mhm,
cool because when you build up your discography and if you're not like the type of person to delete old songs and shit you'll
yeah,
really see your progress like
yeah. That's not. I've been keeping some of my. I have like maybe five. So my oldest song it's like kind of it was like the first like semi decent song I had. So I was like, I'll leave that one up so that I don't have like really horrible stuff from when I first started. Because I
yeah
would when I first started, I would literally post every single thing I made. So I like posted my very first song and like the one after that was like literally just my second. But it is like even now I can still see progress as far as just like mixing or like songwriting ability. But it's like it's really cool to see the progress. So I am hoping later on in life I can look back on and be like, oh, okay, that's nice to see the little
yeah man I my first song my first song which will never be found ever thank god
really.
um that shit was like because I tried starting to make music in like 2017 so I was like 14 I had no idea what I was doing I didn't even know what like a DAW was like a software or anything
Mhm.
there was no garage band there was no I mean there was I just didn't know of it like no garage band no audacity no logic so I would like play like I tried playing like my piano like singing while playing my piano
Okay, really?
with videoing it and then taking the audio file from the video. And it was posted on the same SoundCloud I use today. Like that's how old this
Really?
SoundCloud is. Yeah.
You have it
And
privated or did you
no,
delete it?
no, that shit is gone. Like
Okay.
unsalvageable. I don't know where the fuck it went. Mm. So when y'all motherfuckers be like, yeah, my first song was really ass, and like you're still mixing shit and shit, it's like, listen, there was no auto tune in my shit. It was like me, a keyboard, a can't like bad, bad. But I feel you, and it's cool to see that progression overall. And it's cool because like I feel like with you guys starting off, like you guys are starting off pretty well prepared. Like you guys are starting off with softwares and USB mics and shit like
Sure.
that.
Mhm.
So like even like your first songs, even if they're like bad, which
Yeah,
it's like they're still presentable. And I feel like you could still like be proud of it and like be like, yo, this is my first song. Like
that's true. That's true. I think
which
like the part I didn't understand what like mixing was. Like I heard people say mixing and I was like, I don't know what that is. And I like open GarageBand, there's all these buttons. I'm like, I don't know what they do. So in my head, I thought mixing was just like you record a bunch of layers and then you turn some of them up and turn some of them down. And I was like,
yeah.
that was like the furthest extent of my mixing for like my first like 5 or 6 songs probably. But I don't know. I guess it's like the basics. Learn how to.
Yeah, I mean, my mixing is like I'd say half fast, not in the sense like half fast like I rush, like half fast in the sense like my mixing has always been like YouTube, like those YouTube tutorials, like how to sound like so and so.
Okay. Yeah.
You just take those and I'm like, okay, like I'll take some things from here, some things from there, and like fuck
Mhm.
around with it and whatever.
Yeah.
But like I've never like sat there and like manually picked out shit on my vocals. Like,
Okay.
yeah, the EQ, put this up and put. I don't know
Yeah.
what the fuck any of that shit does.
No,
Like,
I was just about to say I do basically the same thing. I have like things I learned from YouTube videos. It's like my own. It's not like presets, but I just apply the exact same thing to every single song, and then I like tweak it a little bit. But I don't know what
yeah,
any of it means or what it really does. I just know if I add it, it'll sound a certain way. So it's
yeah,
like some weird shit, but it works.
yeah, exactly, bruh. I mean, like, and you're gonna get a different sound anytime, even if you use the same fucking auto tune or whatever mixing
Hmm.
preset. Like,
Hmm.
all my songs have the same preset, and you can't doesn't sound anything like Studded Belt, doesn't sound anything like Amethyst Wings. Like,
That's true. That's what I've been trying to figure out. I'm like, because I mix everything basically the exact same way. I'm pretty sure it just matters like how I sing it or something, like just how
yeah,
many layers of each thing. But I don't know. Trying to hone in on that, make it a little more consistent, but it's fun when it's different sounding.
yeah, exactly. And I don't feel like your discography is like repetitive of any sense. I feel like your songs all have like their own different like vibes, and you
Hmm.
sing
Yeah.
differently and shit like that. You keep it fresh, which is good.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I try a little.
Yes, sir. Which I feel like people think to keep it fresh, you have to keep things complex, but no.
Mm.
Like you mentioned Nirvana, and I like that you mentioned that because I think a thing that I like about Kurt Cobain and his songwriting processes is like he wasn't always like some of his lyrics were really complex, and it's like, what the fuck are you
Mhm.
saying, dude? Like I don't even know
Uh-huh.
what the fuck you're getting at. But dude, like even if you listen to like something in the way, like some of his shit was really simple, and it's like you don't have to like go that like crazy extra fucking complex mile
Yeah, exactly.
to make a efficient, emotional song.
Hmm. I feel like I think I may have heard him in an interview say one time that he just kind of says random shit that's on his head. Like it's not, he doesn't put that much thought into it, or he didn't put that much thought into it.
Yeah.
So it's like cool, just flows naturally type of thing.
I feel that though, like especially like with some of my songs, like you know
Mhm.
what? Sometimes what will happen is like I'll write something or whatever, like record something. It doesn't have too much meaning then, and then like as life progresses and I move on, I end up finding a meaning for those lyrics. I had
Mhm.
no meaning to begin with, but like
Exactly. Yeah, no,
I
that's
give them meaning.
it's crazy how that happens, but it always like seems to work out like that.
Right, 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 right. No, yeah, which is really cool. And I'm glad that you mentioned Nirvana as an inspiration because that was like my first like gateway into alternative music. Like it was that and 3 Days Grace.
Okay.
It was why is this shit like I'm trying to make sure my camera's not like choppy. All right, we're
It
good.
might be my my internet. My internet is horrible here.
No, yeah, and sometimes since I'm using the phone to connect to the camera, sometimes it just gets buggy. So we're
Okay.
chilling now. But I'm glad you mentioned Nirvana because I literally like I vividly remember like being in like fifth grade and like
Mhm.
finding like Nirvana on a road trip and 3 Days Grace because I went through like a little fifth grade breakup and like
Okay.
they have the I hate everything. I was like I was bitter. I was upset. So that was
You
like my
felt that, huh? As fifth grade, that's like some.
yeah, I fucking resonated with a 3 Days Grace song at
Mhm.
fifth. Like I had no whatever, I had no
Yeah,
reason, no business being in no
yeah.
relationship or being hurt, but fuck it. And that was like my first like dip into alternative music, and then that's it. There was no
Mhm.
coming back. That was it. So I'm glad you mentioned Nirvana because that was like a big fucking staple of my early like one like my music taste, like me actually going out to find music.
Okay, yeah. No, that was definitely pretty big for me too. Mostly, I think I found it like a little earlier just because it was like my parents would play it. So it wasn't like, it wasn't like I knew what it was when I was young. It was just like stuff out here around the house, like in the car. And then as I got a little older, I was like, this, like, I like the way this sounds. Like, what is this? And so I looked into it, like talked to my dad about it. But I think the only song that I was like really heavily, that I like, the influence maybe shows through, maybe just in the lyrics, is a song off my EP, the one with Noru.
Yeah.
We originally it was called Heart Shaped Box, and then in the middle there, like in between my verse and his verse, there's a little like an audio snippet of Kurt Cobain just talking.
That's what's up.
I don't know, I'm trying to like incorporate more things that influence me into my music. So I've been like trying to think of ways to do that. But
I always, that's cool though. I like that. I always like when people put like audios into music. I do it myself, but like even like when you mentioned that, like Kurt Cobain talking the song, the first thing I thought of, because I was just listening to it yesterday, Little Peep, fucking
Mhm.
in Little Peep Part One. I forgot which song. It might be fuck, I forgot which one. One of his songs he puts like a Kurt Cobain fucking clip or like audio.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it was like an interview of him talking about like drugs and shit like that.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's cool. I like that. And like just in general with music, like in putting audio and shit. Cause I feel like number one, I feel like we all kind of like we have like these like there's mystery to us when it comes to this music shit. Like if you just solely listen to the music, I don't
Hmm.
know. Like I mean, you get emotion out of it and you get what's going on,
Uh-huh.
but there's still like a barrier between the artist and the listener type shit.
That's true. I
That's
feel
why I
that.
started the podcast. But
Hmm.
when you add shit like that and you personalize it, like audio clips and tags or shit or skits, some people do audio skits,
Yeah.
whatever. It adds a lot more like a personal element to it. I feel like
Mhm.
connects the artist and the listener. So it's really cool that you do that because I feel like it shows a piece of you through the music besides the music itself, you know?
That's your little personality show through the music. I've been thinking about that too because there's a lot of artists that like I'll either like message online or I'll like strictly listen to their music. And I think about like sometimes I just try and picture like what do they look like or like what do they do on a day-to-day basis? Just like thinking about like random things that I don't know, you're probably never gonna find out just through the music. But I don't know. I think the podcast is pretty cool, dude.
Thank you.
I'm pretty bad at like even though this isn't technically public speaking because I'm just talking to you, I think just in my head I'm all like nervous because I'm like, oh, if I fuck up I'm talking or if I'm talking super like just overthinking everything. But
Yeah, I mean
I think
the cool thing about it is just like it's just a conversation. Like
yeah.
it's not like it's like a speech, you know? So that's
Mhm.
really cool.
That's
It's
yeah,
like
it makes it
takes
a little
pressure off.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But no, yeah. The thing is, like, I like that you mentioned that where it comes to like, oh, like you wonder about like when you listen to an artist, especially in our scene, and you listen to
Yeah.
like their shit, and you wonder like, oh, what does this person look like? What do they do? Da da da. Bro, I thought the same shit, and the what's the word? The perceptions or like the way I imagine people in my head
Hmm.
versus like how they actually are when I speak to them on this shit, like especially with the podcast, it's
Hmm.
like two different things, and it's really cool actually because I don't know, like not sound like a dick, but sometimes I perceive people like worst case scenario, like maybe I'll feel like someone's maybe like mean or pretentious because I don't know
Yeah.
who the fuck they
Oh,
are.
that's understandable. I do the same thing. Like, especially like thinking about how someone is. That it makes me think about like how I'm perceived though, because you can't really like see yourself how other people see you. So it's like curious, especially since I don't really post anything to try and like create an image. I kind of just post music or like updates on my story or something like that. But it's really interesting to see just like how people actually are,
Yeah,
learn more about them. Interesting stuff.
I've yet to run to like one fucking like I've yet to run to anyone who's like super like cocky and pretentious with their
Mhm.
shit. Like I'm good at music, I'm better than everyone. Blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah blah. Fuck you guys,
Uh,
peasants. But sometimes before I like really get to know someone as an artist, and if their music's really good, I'll assume like, what if this motherfucker's a little cock, like a little
yeah.
dick,
Yeah.
like. But then everyone's mad chill, so it's like
That's true. I feel like
chill.
especially when I like realized that like everyone else is pretty much just kids making stuff on their computer. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like everyone's kind of in the same spot. Like some people have like more followers or less listeners, more, but it's like everyone's kind of just doing the same thing, all just kids trying to make it work. So it's pretty cool. Everyone's
Yeah,
really cool.
there's no like hierarchy to this shit,
Mhm.
and which is really fun and really cool because I don't like that like anything to do with like a social class or hierarchy. Like, oh, I have this many followers. I'm
Mhm.
this. Like,
Yeah.
we're all the same. It's really cool. Like, I like that you mentioned that actually. Yeah, I completely agree. Like, fucking some people like for like look at 20. Like 20 is probably like one of the most humble artists I
Oh yeah.
know, and one of the most like down to earth like chill dudes, and he's really cool and really nice. And he's one of the bigger artists in the scene, and you would like he doesn't take it like he doesn't let it change anything about himself or how he treats others and this shit.
Yeah, no, he's still just like a regular dude Nice
Yeah.
guy. I love that guy. He's awesome.
Shout out 20.
Shout out to me.
I just edited a music video for him for Divine Salvation.
Oh, did you actually edit that?
Yeah,
That's awesome,
because
dude.
he said that he mentioned it in his episode that he had the clips and he sent it to someone for them to edit it and they never did. So he
Yeah.
just sent me the clips, and literally because I've been up all night, I smoked a cig and I just zoned into my computer and I just
Mhm.
went to work. I stood there for like 3 hours and I got that shit done.
Damn, that's crazy. I'm excited to see that.
It came out
Cool.
dope.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's good enough for iMovie. That's what I use.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like
I was
on like
about to say,
Sony Vegas. Like
I don't know the first thing about editing videos, so it's like I like simple stuff.
I'll tell you right now, like all my experience came from like editing YouTube videos when I was like 12. So
Really.
I'm I'm nothing special.
I feel like it's crazy. I feel like everybody had like at least a little YouTuber phase where it was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a YouTuber, and then you post like
YouTuber, streamer, something like
Mhm.
that. You had a YouTuber phase?
For a little bit. It was mostly so a lot of my friends had like little channels we post stuff on, and then I was like, oh, I'll just make mine. I made maybe like a handful of videos, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make it big, be the next PewDiePie, and then never touch the channel again. And look
Yeah.
back on them, they were horrible.
Bro, I used to go hard with that YouTube shit,
Really.
bruh. I'm telling you, like, I I mean, I gathered a couple hundred followers off that shit, and then like
Oh,
I completely changed the channel to a music channel. Like the channel I
yeah,
use today was that channel.
that's your old. Okay, that's sick actually.
Yeah, but like, yo, I used to go hard, like live streams, fucking videos. I used
Oh,
to like
we're
edit
we're
videos.
grinding with that then. That's live
Yeah,
streams and everything. I think I probably had a total of like 9 subscribers. So, man,
that shit. It's fun though, and I feel like I had that phase, and then I had like meme kid phase, and that helped me with a lot of like my photo editing skills as well, like making memes. And now like I know how to make cover art. It's funny,
mhm.
but no, yeah, that's cool. I'm glad that I'm glad you mentioned that you had one too, because
Yeah, the YouTuber face, but then yeah, I didn't stick with that. It was more. I think most of my like artistic like ventures that I do, they like start out as hobbies, and I'm like, oh, this is fun, and it's always just like it doesn't last very long. So I'm like surprised that I've like stuck with making music this long. I think I enjoy it a lot more. It's like a more of an outlet for like expression. I feel like I'm not great at putting my emotions out there, so it's nice when I can try and like put it into a little art project.
you articulated the way I exactly feel, like the exact same way. Um, no, yeah, exactly. Music is a little more, what's the word I was gonna say? Uh, intricate or obscure,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes back to like the whole mystery thing is too. But like I don't know, I feel like it just comes off cooler. I don't know, it comes off like it's just dope. Like it's
Yeah,
music. It's just like something that it's not as easy to perceive as like YouTube. It's like, we watch movies and we watch YouTube videos, and it's very easy to be entertained by that, especially like
yeah,
for whatever comedic reasons and just now like learning reasons, whatever the fuck you're doing. But music, 9 times out of 10, unless you're like a meme rapper,
hmm
music is mostly like emotional, and I think that's really cool. Like you have to be, I don't know, dude, you have to be a certain type of thing to like channel people's emotions and like pull their little
yeah. I was about
heartstrings.
to say, I feel like out of like all the art forms, like music is the most like you can really like feel it. Like they're like you can like I feel like it's. I mean, I know a lot of people who like look at a picture and like tell me they're like, oh, this makes me feel this way. But like when you're just like listening to music, I feel like you just feel that you can like pack a lot more emotions into that, especially with like instruments and stuff. That shit just like hits you in the heart.
Music really sets the mood for shit, and I'll tell you
Mhm.
why. I can watch a video of some sad shit, but if it's just
Mhm.
like a regular like iPhone recorded video,
Yeah.
it's like whatever. If you
Uh-huh.
add some sad music to the background of that shit, bro, I will cry.
Mhm.
I will cry, dead ass. Like, you don't know how many times on TikTok I'll see a video like that and like fucking some shit. Let me think. Like, I fucking saw this one where this dad like acted like he forgot his son's birthday,
Uh-huh.
and then he bought his son a bat that he wanted because his son played baseball. And then they
Mhm.
cut to a video of the dad catching the son's home run on like because the son had a game or some shit. And
Mhm.
like if I saw that with no music, I would have been like, oh, how sweet. But like, bro, the sad music, crying, like
Yeah,
sobbing, like it
that
was.
just taps in. That's
It goes to show the effect that music has. So the fact that we all make this shit, we're like fucking magicians, dude. We like
oh
make
yeah.
tricks.
No, yeah, I feel like it's hard to I used to write poetry. I think that's probably what helped me as far as like I think that's where it started out for me. I was like just little like in third grade they had us like write like haikus and shit like that. And I was like, "Oh, this is cool. I can like write how I'm feeling instead of having to tell people about it." And so it kind of like slowly evolved into that, and then I was like, "Oh, I can like put it into like bars, kind of like a
Yeah.
pattern so it like fits well, but I don't know."
Poetry is so dope, just even like without the music. So the fact, we're all poets in a sense as well,
Basically, yeah.
which is dope. I'm glad that you perceive it that way because I very much like I like literature, but school made it so fucking lame. I hated writing, like I had to write like argumentative essays all the fucking time. Ain't
Um
nobody wanted to do that shit, bro.
Yeah, I do not miss that at all.
Fucking hated it.
God, yeah. I was never great at school though, so that's kind of like made it even more. I was just like, yeah, I do not.
I was really good as a kid, and then it just
Really? Mm.
got worse as I grew up.
Settled down once you got into middle school, high school type of thing, or
Exactly. But
Mhm.
I could write. I still could write. I like to write. It's
Yeah.
like, but when it was like creative writing,
Hmm.
like when you had a control over it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's always the best. But when they're like forcing you, you have to. Well, I mean, it's school, but
Yeah.
like nobody wants to do something creative when they're being forced to do it.
Exactly. And no, it's cool. But that's like a big going right back into the music shit. It's like this is exactly what it is. It's like creative literature, but then you also get to put it into sound and share it with
Hmm.
people
Hmm.
and make and have community out of it. Very nice.
Hmm.
But what was I gonna say? Completely lost my train of thought. That's what happens when you're on 23 hours of no sleep.
Yeah, dude, I can't even imagine staying up that well. Yeah, I don't know. I've had a pretty set sleep schedule recently.
That's good. I mean, working definitely helps with structure and shit like that,
Mhm.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. I lost my job and fucking terrible. But what I wanted to talk about, I
Mhm.
didn't want to rush into it though, because what happens is if you rush, like what I noticed, like as hosting this shit, is like if you rush into questions, your
Yeah.
episode will be extremely short,
Mhm.
and no one wants to fucking, podcast is supposed to be nice and lengthy and
That's
enjoyable.
true.
So I like to get sidetracked and have a bunch of different conversations. It's fun,
Mhm.
but I did want to ask you about. Actually, no. What I wanted to ask about you first, because we mentioned the Divine Salvation music video for 20, is
Yeah.
it popped up in my head. Are you planning on doing any music videos?
Man, I really want to. I don't know, because I thought about it when Empty Bedrooms first started like gaining a little bit of traction. I was like, oh shit. I was like texting Noah about it. I was like, we should just make a video for it. And then I kind of just didn't, because it was like snowing outside. Living in Colorado right now, so it was like snowing kind of crazy in the winter. And I was like, oh, that'd be sick. Just film it in the snow or something. But it definitely something I want to do in the future. Probably
Yeah.
for future songs, though. Not probably not anything I have out right now.
I really, really, really want more people in our scene in general to make more music videos. I like
Mhm.
visuals a lot. Like
Oh
that's
yeah.
I fuck with visuals heavy. So, and I feel like I don't know, like Infinity has some dope visualizers.
Mhm.
I think 20 has like one or two music videos besides the one that he hasn't released. I have one music video. I have one unreleased, but it's not done yet.
Mhm. Is that
And
was it? Sorry, the one you have posted, is that the one you were like filming in your bathroom?
that one
Choosing
is
cookies, or is
that one's gangsters. I privated that one,
that not
but
up anymore?
yeah, it's not up anymore.
I actually
And
really like that one.
thank you. I like it too. I like the video. I just don't really care for the song. That's why I
Mm,
privated it.
okay.
And then I have Cherry Bomb, which was
Oh yeah.
kind of like half-assed. I don't even like that one either. I might take it down once I post the next one, whenever that may
Good.
be.
Okay.
But no, yeah, dude. And it's like we all make such dope music. And like some of us make music that like, bro, if I had a visualizer, it would just be like cherry on top, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
So I'm gonna start encouraging you motherfuckers when I have you on this damn podcast. I'm gonna make that like a staple question, like the first and second. I make that the third, be like, yo, any music videos, so y'all motherfuckers could sit here on your asses like, maybe I should make a music video. And then we get some of those because we need some of those.
I think that's a good idea, though. I'd like to see a lot more music videos and just like visuals coming out of this little scene in general. I feel
it's another way to also personalize the content. So that mystery, that little phase of mystery is
that's true. I mean, I think I'm gonna start working on ones that I used to think about that a lot because Brockhampton's music videos are like so creative. If you ever watch any, they're kind of like weird, but they're very creative. So,
bro, I love weird music videos.
It's inspired me a lot. I don't know. I have a lot of little ideas. I think I'm gonna think about it more. But dude, you could do so much stuff with music videos.
So I'm telling you, visuals with music, it's great. I just planted the seed. Now you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do that more. But yeah, yo, especially weird music videos. Like I like trippy shit that makes no fucking sense, or it's real abstract, or you have to theorize about it. It's like
that's the best shit.
Like bro, I really fuck with Cemetery heavy because of that. I don't know if you listen to any Cemetery.
I heard a couple songs. It's a Haunted Mound, right? That guy.
Yeah. And it's an acquired taste, but when you like look at the visuals and just what they do and the fact that it's all grainy and weird, it's just like I love it. It's like very horror influenced shit. And it's like, but it's cool, it's dope. And then I think there's this one like 100 Gex music video I really fuck with. It's really trippy. But enough about my fucking preferences. But yeah, no, it'd be cool to see like that shit implemented into our scene. And it's just another way also, because some people, for the rare demographic that doesn't listen to SoundCloud or Spotify, there's people who listen on YouTube. And it's another way to get out there, I guess. So
that's true. YouTube is a big outlet. I feel like a lot of people, at least like back in the day, they used to have like No Jumper every time they post a music video. Boom, that artist would blow up, or like World Star, just like random stuff. Like I feel like it used to be a lot bigger, but I think you could still, I feel like there's still a lot of opportunities on YouTube as far as like even just music videos or posting music in general.
Yeah, I think honestly what it is, if you want to be honest, it's like there's still that outlet or opportunity. However, the advantage that people like had like 2016ish with like No Jumper is like they were still small.
That's true.
So they would pay attention to smaller artists, and like it would, now they're so big, like Lyrical Lemonade and No Jumper and World Star. They're so big, like you have to be relatively big to get on there, you know?
That's true. It kind of became the new mainstream, even though it's like outside of like record labels, is still
exactly
still the new mainstream.
Yep. But the only thing I could say as an exception to that is like Astari.
Okay, yeah.
He puts people out there that I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? So, you know, maybe some people in our scene can get on Astari. Let's hope.
True, that'd be crazy.
Or I don't know. I would always love to turn Cult of Personality into something more than a podcast. I'll start posting out music videos and we'll put that shit out.
That's true, dude. You could start a whole.
That's a whole new venture I could do. I don't know. But enough about me. Let's move on to you. Which I wanted to ask about some of your discography, because that's just what I like to do, and ask about the writing processes and what the fuck was going on and ABC and all that shit. You don't have to get too personal if you don't want to. You can get very personal if you want to, whatever you feel comfortable with. However, I wanted to ask about your EP, which was what? The Way I Felt. And you have a couple of dope features on here. You have Noru, 2003, Stony XO, and Eternal. Eternal's a very sweet guy.
Oh,
by
yeah.
the way.
Love him.
He is a very good supporter of this podcast. He DMs me all the time, like, yo, this shit was dope, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I fuck with you heavy.
He's awesome.
But I want to know about like the writing process, finding production, getting these features, all that shit, and the whole process of this EP.
Okay. I guess like in general, it's like kind of just a basic like a breakup, like heartbroken, whatever EP that is kind of like all saying the same thing in every song. But a lot of the beats, I don't actually know how to pronounce the name. It's like THERSX. I don't know if it's Thersex or the RSX, but anyway, I love his beats. Like I probably, if you look through my discography, I'd say probably like 8 or 9 of them are produced by him. And so there's a lot. I think I got a lot of beats from him because he is very similar. It's like Lil Peep type beats, but they're different. They're not just like straight up. They don't sound like just Lil Peep type beats. Anyway, but I guess for a lot of those, I was kind of in a bad place mentally, just because I like let myself stay there. And
Yeah.
so a lot of the writing, it was like very fueled by that and sort of just trying to get it out of my system, sort of thing. And that whole EP, I think I started making it like the beginning, like the very first week of September, and I didn't even release it till like January. So they're also all out of order, recorded them kind of random times, and then I revamped it a couple times. I was like, decided I wasn't going to release it, and then I started sending it out for features to release it again. But um I would say, yeah, for the most part, it was sort of just like trying to, it was like my own form of, I guess, like not therapy, but I'm just trying to get those like feelings and thoughts out of my
It's
system.
like
A way like,
journaling.
yeah, like a way to express it. And then yeah, but as far as like features for that, um I guess just because because when I first started out making music, I was like just like a big ass fanboy of everybody. And so I would just be like messaging people all the time, like, yo, I love your music, da da da. And then I started like just talking to people more online and slowly like building friendships or just like getting to know more about people. So at this point, like 20 is like consider him a pretty good friend. So it's sort of like I don't know, just messaged him, asked him. He said, yeah, I'll hop on it. But yeah, anyways, for the most part, it was all just people that I talked to on like a semi-regular basis or like a consistent basis. Like Stony XO and Eternal, we have like a little group chat. We just sending demos back and forth, talking about it, trying to keep each other motivated because it's kind of hard to stay motivated. So we're trying to keep each other in check. But Stony XO and Eternal, probably the two of the closest people I've met online. I actually, so crazy, Stony XO, I found his music online. He had done like a little peep cover maybe a year ago, and it sounded really good. I was like, oh, that's crazy. And I messaged him. Turned out he lived like 30 minutes away from my hometown
Where are you
because he's
from?
like Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's really cool.
yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I don't really like post about it because I'm not living out there anymore, but it's like it was cool. It was definitely a cool experience growing up there. But
And to meet someone else from there is actually like, I feel like a needle in a haystack almost on
yeah, I
mine.
was gonna say because there's like no, as far as like the type of music that I listen to or like that we all make, there's not much of that going on out there. And so I was surprised that I found him, but it turns out he's from Virginia. He's in the military out there. So
Oh,
I was still in high school when I met him, and he was like in the military, and so we were gonna meet up and record, and I was like kind of sketchy. He's like a grown ass man. I'm a little kid, but he's not that much older than me.
yeah.
21. But anyway, um, I would like sorry, I lost my train of thought.
No, we're talking about features, and then you talked about the group chat with you,
Oh
Eternal,
yeah.
Sony, and then how you met them and shit like that.
Yeah, so Stony, I never ended up meeting up with him until I went back to visit home like around Christmas time. And so we went on the base and like we recorded a song there. And I don't know, it was pretty cool to like actually meet up with somebody that I've been like talking to online for like a year at that point, like good friends with.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as just features on that project, it was kind of just trying to get people that I like consistently talk to, or just like friends that I have online. I was like trying to,
Yeah, it's better than like having randoms on your shit,
yeah,
Especially for an EP that's carrying such heavy emotion and shit like that. Which all the artists you got on it are also very good at channeling those same emotions when it comes to
mhm,
like songs and shit. Because
yeah,
everyone has an experience somewhere in them that they can channel that with, even if it
yeah,
was fucking 10 years ago. It's like
yeah. You can still tap into that if you need to write something.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It's like, oh, I got this feature. All right, let me think about that. It's like,
Hmm.
so yeah, that's really good. That was really smart on your choice of fucking getting good features like that on there.
Thank
And,
you.
or just luck even because you're cool with people who have the ability and shit like that. So
That's
it
true.
works out.
That's like another one of like the biggest things that I like accidentally did was like I guess like networking, sort of, if you even consider it that, but just like making friends online, like that whole thing. Like even before I started making music,
Yeah.
that's helped tremendously as far as like opportunities to like work with other people or like just in general like advice or getting like tips for like mixing and things like that. Just people are cool. They just share information online. So it's been cool overall.
Yeah, it's definitely like fucking. I feel like it's very almost impossible to do this shit on your own, like
Hmm.
completely on your own. Like you
Oh
definitely
yeah.
need some sort of community some sort of help, some sort of friendship and companionship with this shit.
Yeah.
We are some very lucky duckies in this scene, this bubble we're in. Like, we
Mm-hmm.
have a really good advantage in standing when it comes to this fucking music shit. Cause, dude, we have a lot of people in this like bubble of ours.
Seriously. There's
But
a
yeah, go ahead.
oh no, sorry.
Go ahead. I had nothing to say.
My bad. No, there's a like a lot of I get like recommended, or I'm on SoundCloud like every day, probably for way too long, but I get recommended so many artists. There's like so many people that are like closely like almost related to the scene. Like it's like the bubble seems like it's getting bigger as far as like what I can see, just like it's growing bigger and bigger. There's more up and coming artists that I had no idea about. But like
Yeah.
there's a lot of talented people out there.
Yeah, I feel you. More and more names keep popping up like each day, each week. I'm like, who the fuck is this
Mm-hmm.
guy? Cool. They're getting a following. Cool. And I end up talking to
Crazy.
people. A lot of people reach out because they want to be on the podcast and shit and like that I never knew about. I'm like, all right, fuck it. Like, I'll check them out, check out their shit, like, make
Yeah.
sure. And I'll, like we'll form some sort of like acquaintanceship just so it's not like, oh yeah, you simply want to be on the podcast. Like, we end up
Yeah.
just because we're all in the same scene. It's like we all have like a common ground. So it's really cool. Yeah, I like that. And it's cool that it's inspiring that more people are starting to make music. Like they've been on
Mhm.
the sidelines, like listening or watching, and they're like, oh, I
Yeah.
want to do this shit.
That's okay. So I made a song with Croak.
Mm-hmm.
You listen to his music ever? He I
I
feel
thought,
like
is he a producer or?
no, he started
I think I
like
follow him.
yeah, he started posting like pretty recently, but I always remember like I would always see him like super active in like the comments of a lot of music in the scene. So it was
Yeah.
like yeah, I don't know, because he was like there listening to a lot of stuff, and then he started posting music. He's really talented. He makes a lot of good stuff.
I'll
I think
check it
he
out.
he made a song with the Fallacy recently too.
Shout out Fallacy. Shout out Croak.
Fallacy.
Shout out everyone that we mentioned: Stony, Eternal,
Seriously, shout out everybody,
Nauru
dude.
20, the whole scene, Crim, Angel
Mhm.
Boys, all that good stuff. But yeah, very fucking lucky duck with this project and how you execute it. Because even if you feel like, oh yeah, I said the same thing in every song, I was in a bad place, da 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 da.
Yeah.
Number one, I have an album with the same exact vibe, and two, I mean, fucking, you made it something that is like presentable, and I enjoyed it. I listened to it a couple times when you first dropped it because I was like, oh
Thank you.
shit, like I like projects, like
Yeah.
just go through it, and then it's like, oh shit, that was good. Go through it again. Oh shit, that was good. Go through it again.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. And so yeah, I got the gist that it was like definitely like more of like a somber album or like
Mhm.
EP, but it
Mhm.
was like this shit's good. And usually like with sad music, like sometimes it kind of drags, Sometimes I'm there
Yeah.
and I'm like, another sad song.
True.
But with you, it was like, okay, it was really good.
Yeah.
Moving on from the EP, unless you have anything else you want to say about it.
No, I don't know. I feel like with that project, the like only other thing I have to say about it, I think I slowly started to figure out like what direction I want to move with my sound as far as like vocals and mixing and just in general like overall sound of music. I think I slowly, just because I actually like put more time into that than I normally do, because normally I like record a project in a couple hours and then post it the same night or like the same day. But
Yeah,
just because I like the whole course of like 4 months and then like revising it and stuff like that, I think I learned to like take it a little bit slower, and I kind of like have an idea of where I'm trying to move forward as far as just like the sound in general.
yeah. I mean, projects definitely help with that, like in the
Mhm.
sense of like, I don't know, like I don't know. When I do projects, it gives me more opportunity to experiment and like fuck with it, like fuck with shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Compared to singles, like I mean, it's one song, you only have so much opportunity. At least like because of me, I post shit. Like I'll make something and then I'll drop it fairly recently after. So
hmm,
everything is like make it, release it, make it, release it. So
yeah,
when it comes to like working on a project and you're sitting down there making a bunch of songs, it's a lot more opportunity for me at least to have like a learning experience rather than like making a single song and then not making something for like another month type shit. At least that's how I function. That's the time I want.
yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I'm glad that you found a way of like navigating through the project, which is very important, because you gotta have some sense of direction. Some people just make whatever the fuck and it works for them. But
Yeah, that's true. I think it's definitely important as far as my like learning process.
yeah,
I think it definitely helpful.
yeah, exactly. And fucking Yeah, just to fucking me saying fucking and yeah all the time. Fucking like that's like my filler word. Fucking yeah, fucking yeah.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, we definitely all need a type of navigation. And I was just thinking about it myself while you were talking about it, like thinking like to myself, like, where am I going navigating wise with my music? And it's like, oh,
Mhm.
fucking no. But yeah.
Yeah.
But moving on from that, I wanted to ask about I don't even know how to pronounce this to be honest with you, but it's a song produced by 20 and Novid. And
Okay. Yeah.
how do you huh?
Pagliacci.
Pagliacci. Great
Mm.
name, by the way.
Thank
I
you.
um I really like the song. Obviously, fucking I'm very close to 20 and Devin.
Mhm.
So to see them produce that shit and the beat was really cool. They're
Oh
always
yeah,
they never fail.
they
And
killed
so
that.
but also like obviously you fucking went off and you did your thing. I really
Thank you.
like the song. And
Mhm.
obviously I want to ask you about it because at least on your Spotify, I think that's like the last song you released, right?
Yeah, I had posted another song, sorry, on SoundCloud for like a little bit, but then I took it down, revamping it. That's
Okay.
so it'll be coming back out. But yeah, so that's my most recent as far as what's up currently.
And how did you I want to just know obviously I'm being nosy. I'm like, oh, how did you fucking come across this? Like, how did they get the beat? How do you write? Like, what was the writing process? What was it about? Shit like that.
Okay. So I think 20 just posted because he started posting his beats on YouTube for a little bit on his YouTube channel. He just put on his story. He was like, new beat, go check it out. So I listened to it and I was going through a little stump of like not finding any beats that I had liked. And so I listened to that and I just messaged him and I said, bro, can I use the beat? It's incredible. And so I bought the beat from him. It was pretty good. But Pagliacci, it's like I think it's like French or some, I don't remember exactly what country, but it's like a depressed clown. It's like some story or something about just like a sad clown. Something like
If I had to make an assumption not to cut you off,
that.
I think it would be Italian. I think.
Italian,
I think.
probably.
We go ahead.
One of the two, one or the other. Either way, I don't know. I was just like I think that whole song is basically kind of just me throwing shade at some people, throwing shade at myself, and then like shouting out people, my hometown, shout out all my friends and family in my hometown. But um yeah, it was sort of just like I was listening to Toxic City by Lil Peep a lot. It was more of like an aggressive Lil Peep song instead of like a slower, like a anyway, I was listening to that song a lot. And so I was like, I want to make something with like a sort of similar vibe as far as like a little more aggressive because I hadn't done anything like that yet. And so I just figured I'd try it. But yeah, I guess I don't really want to go too deep into it. I was like
Yeah.
throwing a little shade at some people that I know online, throwing a little shade at some people I know
Yeah.
in real life. But
Just a little bit of petty. Funny you mentioned a clown because I looked at my lighter and I have a fucking
oh yeah, got a little clown on there.
yeah. But no, yeah, I feel you. Sometimes you just gotta do it. I feel you. I do the same shit sometimes, uh, like micro elements of like shade and
Mm-hmm.
like pettiness, just cause why not?
Yeah, yeah, just for fun. I was
Let's be a little cocky. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Very, very cool. No, yeah, that's cool. 20's beats are fucking dope. I'm sitting on a
Oh
20
yeah.
beat right now. He was like, yo, you can
Yeah.
use this beat because he was gonna send it to Trippin' So Pretty, but he
Oh yeah,
never
y'all talked about that on his episode, right?
yeah, he was like, oh, I never got a response. You can hop on it. I'm like, bet, and I've yet to do that because a little silly goose.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's very fucking cool. And I like the name. That was what got me. Like, I was like, what the fuck does that mean? How you even pronounce it?
Yeah, no, I had to like tell my friends how to pronounce it and stuff too. It's
Which I mean, that's cool though. And I'm not gonna lie with you. I like how you present your discography in the sense of like right now on Spotify, your cover art is all like pictures of you and like cool
hmm.
pictures, edited pictures and shit. I really like that. But I also like your cover art on SoundCloud. I don't know. It's just like you have a nice like aesthetic to it all.
Thank you. Yeah.
Which
So the reason they're different on SoundCloud and like on the other streaming platforms, I just use like random pictures from my camera roll on SoundCloud. So they're all just like little, I just take like blurry pictures for some reason. I'm really bad at taking photos. So, but it looks cool on SoundCloud. But
yeah,
anyway, like Spotify or DistroKid, I use DistroKid. They have like some weird formatting thing about cover art. And so I
yeah,
still don't understand it. So I just the only thing that I found that works is I have like digital versions of like those like Walmart disposable cameras, the like film cameras. So those digital things are like the only photos I have that fit the formatting. So I
Yeah.
just use like random old they're like all like just like really shitty like film camera like from these things.
Yeah.
But
But
anyway,
yeah,
it looked decent.
it gives it a fucking dope ass aesthetic on Spotify. Like, I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, wow, this whole shit like matches. Like, I don't know. I think it's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah. Shout out disposable cameras.
Seriously, shout out disposable cameras.
Yeah, I have a fucking Polaroid, but disposable
Really?
cameras are cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right here. Look, watch this. Watch what I'm gonna do. Do I have any film? Hold on, wait, wrong button. Come on. Good morning. I have one thing in here. Let's immortalize this forever. All right. Flex up. 3, 2, 1. Come on. Did it film? Did it do it?
I don't think it did.
Maybe it's just about to die. Let me be quick with it. Good morning. Yo, no way you died, bruh. Fuck you. Hold
Battery
on.
dead.
Where's the charger to this shit? You're not gonna dead me right now. I want to take a fucking photo. Oh, where's the USB for this shit? Fuck you, man. That sucks.
Wait, does it runs off like you plug it in to charge it?
Yeah, and I'm trying to find my USB, but I'm fucking disorganized as shit. I have like 10 USBs here.
Oh, dude, I have like 30 pairs of headphones.
Yeah, I'm a fucking cord mess right now. Damn, that sucks. I want to take a picture. Fuck. Whatever, man. I'm like saying whatever, man, but I'm still looking just to see if
Still
I can
looking
find.
for it. Yeah. I got hella headphones, dude.
Yeah, I feel you on that one right now. Hold on.
But they're all kind of tangled up in one big ball. I think there's only one pair that works too.
I got a fucking DS charger and a fucking Apple headphones in here.
Really? Dude, I always wanted a DS growing up. My brother had a DS. I had a little Game Boy Color for a little bit.
Yeah.
I played Pokemon on there.
Fucking I had a 3DS, and with that it was cool. I lost all my games though. I only have a fucking Legend of Zelda.
Okay.
I was like, it's cool. It's fun, I guess. But I really only go on there to like look at like old shit from like when I was a kid, because I had that DS I had when I was 8.
Okay. Was it
Yeah.
like a DSi? Like it had a camera on it, you could take pictures and stuff?
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
3DS. So it was the one that you could fucking flip the screen 3D and shit.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I was rolling with the big dogs. No, yeah, fucking I have shit from 2011 on there. I'm like, what the fuck? That was so long ago. It was 11 years ago. But
Yeah.
no, yeah. Where did we leave off on? We're talking about cameras. We're talking about your cover art. Yeah, your cover art's really dope, and I really fuck with that. Just both on SoundCloud and Spotify. I like cover art. Again, I like visuals, not even video wise, but like whatever.
Thank you.
I'm looking for the USB because it's bugging me now. For the sake that
Just so you know where it is in the future.
Exactly. Because it's like, okay, I have this Polaroid camera, right? And I like taking pictures with it. And it's like, I have to charge it. That means I don't know where the USB is. I'll find it. I'll find it later. I'm just upset that I couldn't take a picture of this episode. I wanted to have that. But the intent was there, and it's now forever put on the camera. So I saw it.
True.
But what I wanted to ask about next, just not to like go too crazy in discography, but like one more, because I think it's probably your top performing song. I'm not sure,
okay,
but I think, and it's Empty Bedrooms with No Room.
Mm-hmm.
But just like the stuff behind that, the writing process, the production, the feature, and all that good stuff.
Okay, that song's kind of weird because I posted it like very well. It's like 8 months ago now, but it was like semi recently. I recorded it. I might have recorded that one in like February of 2021. And then I posted it probably like September or October, something like that.
Yeah.
But it was because it was like one of those ones that I recorded. I didn't like it. And then I came back to it once I mixed it better. But the whole writing and like all the lyrics behind that, it's like crazy because like it's still like people tell me it makes them emotional. It still makes me emotional. But the crazy thing is I like at that point I hadn't like been through a breakup. I just like had a dream, like a very like it was just weird. It was just like a very emotional dream. And so I was like basically just writing because I just woke up feeling weird from it. So it's kind of just like expressing that. It was weird. So But yeah, I don't know.
That's dope. I mean, it's not dope that it was a weird dream and it made you feel a
Yeah.
certain way, because that probably sucks.
Mm,
But it's cool that you took that, which, you know, it wasn't something that happened in the physical world. It's something that happened
yeah.
in your head, and put it into something cool, into a song. And now I'm going to listen to it over and
Mm,
completely have that in my mind to perceive the song,
mm-hmm.
which is cool.
Yeah, no, it's weird because I like at the time I recorded it, it was just like just because I had a weird dream. So that's where the lyrics came from. And then I just like posted it because it became applicable, I guess, in my life later on. So
Foreshadowing.
yeah, foreshadowing. But anyways, as far as the beat, their thirst X, their the sorry, however you pronounce his name, shout out him because I fucking love everything he makes. And he posts like sometimes 3 or 4 beats a day, and he like posts consistently, and they're all good. I don't know how, but it's crazy.
That's very dope. Yeah, it's cool. I like that you guys like all have like a lot of the artists have like their producers, like their go-to producers and shit. Cause I just feel like if you have that chemistry with the fucking between the vocalist and the beat,
Mm-hmm.
it makes some very good shit.
Mm-hmm.
See, for me, I fucking use like random like YouTube beats I find, and like so it works, but like I don't know, I feel like sometimes it's like it works well and sometimes it
Yeah,
works not as well. So
that's true. I've like messaged him a little bit as far like on Instagram. I'd like be like, oh, made a new song with Winter Beats, and like just talking back and forth about things, or like asking him. But I found basically all of them on YouTube because he just posts so consistently. I can just go on every day and like scroll through like 2, 3, 4 beats. It's nice.
that's what's up. Yeah. It's cool too that he has a lot of like a what's the word, like content, or he's very consistent with posting. It gives
Yeah.
you a lot of like freedom and leniency on what you want to make.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming like when Noru hopping on it, it was like just like sending an open. They're like, yo, I got the song for you to
Yeah.
hop on.
Yeah, pretty much. I sent it to him and he said he liked the beat a lot. I think that was another factor for him wanting to hop on it. But yeah, I just messaged him, said I gotta open if you're interested, if you want to hop on it. So
When you posted that, I ran that song up a lot. I liked it a lot.
good.
I you dropped it what, September, October, you said? I was going through
So
my own shit, or like not going through my own shit, but like I had gone through my own shit. So like I
mhm.
felt the song and I was like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
fuck with this. See, that's what the music shit's about. It's about helping each other
seriously.
heal and shit and giving each other voices. Very, very nice. Anything more you want to say about the song before I instigate you about something else, question you about something else?
Uh, no, I don't know. Maybe I'll speak on it more in the future.
Keep it
But
on the down low for now.
yeah, yeah. As far as just personal stuff,
Fair enough.
yeah.
What was I gonna ask about? I want to know because we have an SMD Chimney EP.
Mhm.
However, same question I ask most people, which is, do you have any plans for SMD Chimney album?
I definitely have plans for an album, but I can't say that it's anytime soon in the future.
Yeah,
I'm not really one to have like a whole bunch of music in the vault. I like for the most part post it as soon as I make it. The only exception to that was when I was like working on the EP. I had a lot of songs built up and then didn't end up using a lot of them. But definitely something I'm gonna shoot for in the future. But as of right now, still slowly getting back into making music like in general. So it'll probably be a while before I'm able to like build up enough things that I like enough or that I feel would go good together on a project.
right. I feel you. I feel you. I'm the same exact way. Like fucking when I do make a project, it's like I zone in to making the project. It's not like, oh, I make a couple songs, or
Yeah,
like I make songs and let them gather up and then pick a couple and put it
yeah,
into an
yeah.
album. It's like, no, I am making these songs with the intent of this album.
Hmm.
So, and I fucking
Yeah. It's hard to do and keep them consistent, make sure they're all good. Because my recording's like if you like make a good song, make 3 bad songs, make a good song, make 3. So but
I feel you. I feel you a lot. I'm relating to you a lot.
yeah, I probably just need to have like a drive for a very specific, because like I guess in that one, I just really needed for my last project, just was really trying to get those emotions out of my system. And so there was kind of like a drive for that. But I feel like I'm still slowly trying to find motivation to record in general. So
Yeah.
working towards it. But
Especially, I feel like, I don't know, at least with me, like when you have a lot of like subject matter to write about, especially with
mhm,
something like that happens, like
mhm.
a breakup, whatever the fuck, and you're like emotionally charged, and then you let it
Oh
all
yeah.
out, and
Uh-huh.
like you let it all out of your system, and you move on from it, and then you're like, what the fuck do I write about now? Like,
Exactly. That's what I was like, my life is going like it's not incredible. It's going too well right now. Like
when life is going good, you're like, what the fuck do I write about?
yeah,
How
I can't.
happy I am? Like,
Yeah. I need to. I'm thinking about it, dude. I might just, but I need to figure out because I don't think I could. I don't know. Interesting transition from sad music to happy music, but
get like SMD Chimney hype music.
yeah, maybe that's a little more in the direction I was trying to move with Pagliacci. And I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, I could try this. So
Yeah,
maybe.
it's a transition, man. It's all like
Yeah.
progress. It's like stairs. It's like coo, coo, coo. Like
Mm-hmm.
so. No, I feel you. I've been thinking about what I want to write about like next in
Yeah.
music. I'm like, I don't even know what to fucking write about. So
Serious.
we'll figure it out. But no, I feel you. We're in the same boat, my brother. Um, but you're making it. You're doing it. Fucking, and I like that song. The sad clown song. That's what I'm gonna
Thank
name it
you.
because I can't fucking pronounce it.
Yeah, no, it's a funky looking name, especially just trying to read it. I actually had to Google how you pronounce it. So
Yeah, if I can, I feel like I've done that before, but like probably with like some unreleased shit or some shit. But
mhm.
definitely, I feel you. But I wanted to touch back on something we touched on slightly, which was fucking you coming from Hawaii, which I
Yeah.
I think I knew of it, but I didn't want to assume in case I was mixing it up with somebody else.
Oh yeah, no
But
worries.
how was that? Because everyone's from like boring ass states. Now we all come from our own background. I'm from New York.
Yeah.
20 of them are from Washington. Motherfuckers from Carolina. It's fucking
Mhm.
Texas. Hawaii though, it's cool. It's different. It's a fucking island.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like a different environment out there. Like everything kind of is actually a little more like slow paced and relaxed. And of course it's like different from like if you're visiting Hawaii and just like going to resorts and doing like touristy stuff other than like living there every day and like going to school and work and stuff like that. Like it's still just like another place to live, but it's cool because it's like I don't know, I guess it's like a lot. I mean, a lot of states are beautiful, but they like I don't know.
They
It's
ain't
not
got shit on Hawaii.
nah, and the weather is pretty consistent out there, so it's like it's always nice out. But yeah, a big I don't know. I guess not a whole lot of my musical influence even comes from living there, really. As for well, yeah, not really, but I don't know. It was interesting to grow up there, especially because like in like the history of that state, it was taken over by like Europeans and stuff like that, overthrown. They like suppressed the native Hawaiian culture and like language and just everything. Like they weren't allowed to basically like live the way they had been. It was like illegal to practice their own culture. So there was a lot of fucked up shit going on in the past. So obviously there's a lot of like native Hawaiians, Polynesians out there feel a certain type of way about like white people and stuff like that. Just rightfully so, just because of the past, I guess. But
Yeah.
anyway, so there's like a different as far as like culture and cultural roles. So I don't know, but it was a good overall. I really enjoyed living out there. Got a lot of friends and family, really nice people.
You went really in depth, and I like that. That's dope. You fucking gave me like this whole picture painted in my head about Hawaii and all
Yeah.
fucking and like history and shit. I mean, I feel you, especially like with the natives like being suppressed shit, because that shit
Mhm,
happened. That shit happened in the States, and also like I'm
mhm.
Puerto Rican, like that shit happened in Puerto Rico heavy. They
Yeah.
fucking like wiped the whole culture out pretty much.
Oh yeah.
Fucking Tainos, they pretty much wiped them clean.
Hmm.
Christopher Columbus was like, "What's up, y'all?" And then
Seriously, Captain Cook. They killed what is it? Native Hawaiians. They killed Captain Cook. He was like the first one to like say like, "Fuck y'all, you're living wrong. You have to become Christian, and you're not allowed to have your culture anymore." Anyway, so but they're
and
still trying to
they
repair
bodied
that.
him.
Yeah, they're still trying to like repair that, bring back their culture, get it practicing again.
Right.
But I don't know.
Hopefully, slowly but surely, they're successful.
Yeah.
And everyone just respects each other. That's really cool though, and that's really dope that you fucking took that with you, like knowledge wise and shit like that. Some people come from places and they're just like, oh, I don't really care about it. I don't know. Mm,
Yeah, that's true. That I think a lot of it we just because like we had to learn about it in school, but then also I had some friends that were pretty passionate about it, so I got a little more insight into as far as like more than what they teach in school. But
yeah.
I also I lived in Utah on and off, like when I was pretty young baby. After we moved there, we moved. So I was like born in Hawaii, moved to Utah, moved back, and then back and forth a little bit. But so I think that was why I decided to move to Colorado though, because it's a similar, but I like Colorado better. I don't know,
That's
better
cool.
than Utah at least.
Yeah. Fucking. That's what's up. And I don't know. I was confused because like I don't know if like Hawaii was like is like a what's the word a like places like South Africa, like you would expect them to be more the native population, but then you actually
Mhm.
see that it's more like white. Because I see you, and I don't want to assume your ethnicity. I don't know what you are, but I was like, him in Hawaii. I was like, I didn't know if Hawaii was
Yeah,
like mostly native or if there was like mostly white or anything of the sort. But that was really cool.
yeah, no, yeah, because it's definitely like a melting pot as far as like just different like Polynesian, Asian cultures. There's definitely lots of white people out there too, but it's yeah, I would say that it's not predominantly native Hawaiians out there anymore. Like there's still like a lot, but I mean, not. I'm also not super educated on it, so I don't want to like
Yeah,
speak too much, like pulling shit out of my ass. But yeah, there's a yeah, it's a good or yeah, it's a good mix of just a lot of different. There's a lot of different cultures to experience out there, so I feel like it's a nice different upbringing than I guess could have gotten anywhere else.
yeah. Fucking not many. A lot of people fucking live their lives wishing they could visit Hawaii at least once. You know,
That's
people
true.
people be from like Wyoming and shit. So like consider yourself
Yeah,
lucky. Like
Wyoming.
Wyoming.
Mhm.
Ooh, rural. No,
No
yeah.
shade on Wyoming, but
No
Wyoming.
shit on Wyoming. No, yeah. But no, yeah, very fucking cool. Very dope. I'm glad that you went in depth about that shit. Um, I think we will be leading to the wrap up, unless there's any cover, any corner, any crevice of SMD Chimney that I did not touch that we should talk about on your episode for the Cult of Personality podcast.
Not too much else. I think I just wanted to, in general, I kind of struggle with the idea that like I made all this stuff. So like I have an idea in my head of like, oh, like an artist personality. And then at the same time, like, oh, I'm just myself. So I make all this stuff and then I kind of separate it from my like
From your like your
how I
personal
perceive
life and
myself.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like it's sometimes weird to talk about or hard to talk about, but
Yeah.
not hard to talk about, but it's just like I don't think about it as much as I probably should, maybe.
I get it. I get it a lot. Sometimes I'll be talking to like my mom, or I'll just be laying in my room, or I'm talking to my girl or some shit, and I'm like, I'll have a hard time thinking like I'm the same person that's
Hmm.
also like making these songs and I'm
Hmm.
filming these videos and I'm doing this podcast, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's like I don't know, it's like very detached from it all. So yeah, I understand like trying to perceive it and talk about it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like I just I don't do it a lot, so it's like it was interesting to try and come on here and do that. So
Yeah, owning the image, owning the aura energy of SMD Chimney.
trying to working on it.
Arr. All right. This means we're leading to the wrap up, which the
Mhm.
wrap up is always the same question for everyone. Oh my God, I cut my finger earlier. Anyway, the wrap up is the same for everyone, which is SMD Chimney. What do you have planned or going on for the future, which is, for anything, not even music, tomorrow, next week, next month, the next decade, blah, blah, blah. What do you got going on in the future?
Well, as far as music, definitely working on something. I got a few songs. I have like some in the vault that I'm like maybe I'll release. Don't know just because it's been a while, but I have a few that I'm working on upcoming. Hopefully the next month or two, start posting again. So
Very excited.
work with that. Not much else. I like planning the future, but also,
Life is unpredictable.
yeah, nothing crazy going on right now.
Yeah, it's just been like, I'm assuming work. Are you doing school?
No, not right now. That is another thing I've been considering heavily because I kind of just been working out here. I was like, I need to do something else. So I'm considering like becoming a firefighter. So I have to go to school to get like EMT certified and then get into shape because I'm not crazy healthy right now. And then, but yeah, so that's another goal of mine, something to work towards. But
I mean, fucking, that's dope, you know. And
yeah,
I feel like it's better than the police, but that's
yeah,
okay.
that was another thing. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah,
No, yeah, and fucking shit, fucking, that's a dope goal. Cause look at me, I can't do. I'm a twig. I'm not saving shit.
yeah, it was same. I'm trying to get bigger, but
Yeah, man. But that's dope. That's dope. That's cool. Fucking yeah. No, I asked about school because I was just like, oh, I wonder what he's doing. Cause like I dropped out. I'm not here. Like you should do school. Fuck you know.
no, yeah, same. I pretty much barely graduated high school, but anyways, look, yeah, considering school right now.
So that's what's up, man. And firefighters dope, man. As long as you're safe, though, you know. Wouldn't want
Yeah,
anything.
no,
Wouldn't want anything to happen to SMD Chimney.
true, true. I don't know. I just figured it'd be a very like a fulfilling job as far as like helping people
Yeah.
instead of just like I figured I would just prefer that over sitting in an office or something like that. So
Right. But the ideal goal is that
Mhm.
we blow up.
Exactly.
You
And
don't gotta work a job.
that's another thing. I'm like telling myself I gotta just commit to this music thing because I don't know. I just gotta give it 100% for a couple years, see what I can do with it.
Yeah, man. I mean, we are all boundless. We're all limitless. But I feel you in the sense of urgency. Like, I don't know,
Mhm.
like I've been floundering. Like I do this and I do music, but like when it comes to like my contributions to society,
Oh yeah.
I'm not getting much done. And with that, I don't know, like especially when you're like, I don't know how are you? 18?
Yeah, 18.
Yeah, I'm 19. And when you enter that 18, 19, even maybe
Mhm.
17, but like it's just like I don't know, at least for me, it's like this whole urgent, like you gotta make money, you gotta plan your future, you gotta
Yeah,
have shit figured out. And it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I just want to
yeah,
make music.
exactly. And so like that whole thing is like firefighter, it's like a backup. I need something to maybe
Yeah,
possibly fall back on, but I don't know. At the same time, like we're young, we got time to figure it out.
exactly.
No, you don't have to have all your shit together.
Right.
There's like grown ass people that don't have their shit together. So
Right. I think the fact that we are all so ambitious and we have all these goals for people who are so young, I think is admirable in a sense, even if it's
that's
not
true.
like conventional jobs, like a musician's
Mhm.
not a conventional job.
Yeah.
We're being creative, we're making art, and we got goals.
Yeah.
Like
It's
who could
for
shit on us?
something you're working towards. It's
Right. No, yeah, that's really fucking dope. And the future seems bright for SMD Chimney. The future
Mhm.
seems bright for the whole scene. I'm liking all the parallels I'm seeing. Everyone seems to be on a good incline right now. I don't
Mhm.
see anyone who's like doing too bad right now,
Yeah.
which is very good. However, it was very fun talking to you for this last, I think, hour and change, maybe hour 20.
I appreciate you having me on. Get to talk to you.
Yes. It's dope to do this in general, but it's dope to like have people who I've known you. I think I've known of you or known you for over a year now, I
I
think.
think so. Probably, yeah, at least over a year now.
Yeah, and this is our first time talking like face to face, voice to
Yeah,
voice. This is my
true.
first time like hearing you outside of music.
That's
So
true.
it's
Yeah.
it's cool. Everything's text nowadays. But yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So to wrap this up for the final part, which is me just talking shit, which is this was the Cultural Personality Podcast hosted by Mikeymcchoppa. With me today was SMD Chimney. Thank you for sitting with me for an hour and change. Thank you guys for listening for an hour and change. Happy Mikey Monday, even though today is a Friday, but when you see us, it's a Monday. And that was all for today. That's all, folks. Tune in next time. I don't know who the next guest is and all of that fun stuff, but just make sure you're here next week, next Monday. All fun. Thank you again. Thank you guys again. And sayonara.